Little clarification about this idea of the three groupings or orientations of the way sociologists or anthropologists could study the body from a sociological or anthropological perspective. And so I just wanted to clarify for everyone. It's kind of hard to answer via email, and I thought maybe some of the others would be confused about that. I know in the intro video I was kind of covering a bunch of stuff, and I might have gone through it too fast, and I didn't have any diagrams. And it's hard to come up with diagrams for this stuff, but I just wanted to clarify a little bit more. So what I mean is, if you're approaching it as studying the body in society, what that means is, as you can see with these arrows, you're thinking about all the different authorities or types of expertise that influence the way we see the body, right? So if you think about how medical ideas determine what the pregnant body is supposed to do, what diet it's supposed to have, how it's supposed to be treated, what rights are extended to a fetus, all those types of things, whether it's law, whether it's social custom, whether it's cultural, all that stuff is applying an idea and establishing what this type of body is. When we think about the different ways that hair is judged, which is one of the areas that we discuss in this class, the extra credit section, it's about different ideas being imposed on what is proper hair. How does that tie into racial norms and racial expectations? How is it determined what hairstyle boys should have, what girls should have? How is it gendered? Those are ideas being imposed upon the body, right? So it's thinking about all the different things, whether it's discourse, which we talk about in other classes, whether it's law, any of those things. It's this kind of outside powers influencing what we consider the body and what the body's supposed to do. What bodies are considered proper, what bodies are considered improper. So that's the body perspective. The body's perspective is the idea of looking at how people group together. They group together in clusters based on activities using bodies, right? If you're someone who goes to raves, that becomes a subculture for you, right? So what are the expectations? What drugs do you take? What music do you listen to? How do you dance? What do you look like? What hairstyle do you have? What tattoos might you have or might not you have, right? All that stuff is about how bodies come together, what bodies do together, and how you become and identify yourself as part of that group. If you're a graffiti artist, and if you're in a gang, if you're on a sports team, a lot of the things we do, a lot of the cultural groups that we find, if you think about it, it's oriented around corporeal or bodily practices. And then the third one, embodiment, is the most direct, but also the most difficult to research. It's simply about experiencing the world, right? It relates to the other two, because you'd be thinking about, what does it feel like to be a raver? What does it feel like to actually go and dance to the music? What does it feel like to take drugs? What does it feel like to be pregnant? You could take it from the perspective of embodiment. What does it mean to be a pregnant body in society? How do you feel comfortable or uncomfortable, right? How do those expectations affect the way you experience the world? Embodiment is all about experience. So all these are interrelated, and the point of these three orientations is you kind of ask different questions and you use different methodological approaches, and you'll see that in the readings and the documentaries, in all the content as we go through class. And in your write-ups, you might want to return to this. So I hope that helps. And again, email me if you ever have any questions.